They might not be the smartest, they might not be the most responsible, but they are absolutely hilarious. Cartoon dads have given us some of the biggest laughs in animation history, from clumsy goofballs to clueless troublemakers. Today, we're counting down the top 10 funniest cartoon dads of all time. Who will take the number one spot? Stick around to find out. Starting off our list is none other than Randy Marsh, Stan's well-meaning but completely ridiculous dad from South Park. Randy has gone from being a simple geologist to becoming one of the wildest characters in the entire show. He's obsessed with every new trend, constantly embarrassing his family, and always finding himself in absurd situations. Whether it's joining boy bands, opening a weed farm, or getting into street fights over microwaves. While South Park has a lot of insane characters, Randy's over-the-top behavior and terrible decision-making make him one of the funniest dads in cartoon history. Next up, we have Cleveland Brown, the slow-talking, smooth-voiced dad from Family Guy and The Cleveland Show. Cleveland is one of the more laid-back dads on this list, but that doesn't mean he's not hilarious. His dry humor and unexpected moments of chaos make him stand out, especially when he gets caught up in Peter Griffin's nonsense. And, of course, who can forget his iconic high-pitched scream whenever something goes wrong? Whether he's dealing with his own family's craziness or just trying to enjoy a quiet moment, Cleveland's calm but clueless nature makes him one of the funniest dads in animation. Before there was Homer Simpson or Peter Griffin, there was Fred Flintstone, the original animated sitcom dad. Fred is loud, clumsy, and always getting himself into trouble, usually because he tries to take shortcuts or cut corners that immediately backfire. His relationship with Barney Rubble is comedy gold, and his family dynamic with Wilma and Pebbles is one of the most classic in animation history. Even though The Flintstones is one of the oldest cartoons on this list, Fred's hilarious temper tantrums, get-rich-quick schemes, and goofy personality still hold up today. Bob might be the most down-to-earth dad on this list, but his sarcastic humor and endless frustration make him one of the funniest. As the owner of Bob's Burgers, he's always trying to keep his business afloat while dealing with his unpredictable kids, especially Gene and Louise, who constantly drag him into ridiculous situations. His dynamic with Linda, his quirky but lovable wife, adds even more comedic gold to the show. Even though Bob is one of the more responsible dads on this list, his deadpan delivery and awkward social skills make him laugh out loud funny. Hank Hill is probably the most serious dad on this list, which is exactly why he's so hilarious. As a propane salesman from Texas, Hank just wants a simple, traditional life, but his son Bobby, his eccentric neighbors, and modern society constantly throw him off. Hank's awkward, old-school dad energy makes him a goldmine for comedy, especially when he's struggling to understand things like yoga, rap music, or video games. Even though Hank tries to be the voice of reason, his overreactions and extreme dedication to propane make him one of the funniest and most iconic cartoon dads. Richard Watterson is easily the laziest dad in cartoon history, and that's exactly why he's so funny. This giant pink rabbit has no job, no responsibilities, and absolutely no common sense. Instead of being a responsible parent, he acts like a child, leaving his son Gumball to handle most of the family's problems. Richard's over-the-top reactions, ridiculous logic, and extreme laziness make every scene he's in a comedy masterpiece. He's a perfect example of how being absolutely useless can also be absolutely hilarious. If Peter Griffin is a reckless fool, Stan Smith is his overly patriotic counterpart.
How many people live here?
Me and my mom.
So 2.
My dad.
3.
Died.
2. You wasted my time a little bit.
As a CIA agent, Stan takes his job way too seriously, and his attempts to raise his family with military-style discipline usually backfire spectacularly. His rivalry with Roger the Alien and his unshakable confidence in his terrible ideas make him one of the funniest cartoon dads of all time. Even though Stan has moments of genuine fatherly care, his arrogance and inability to admit when he's wrong lead to some of the funniest moments in American Dad. Goofy isn't just a funny dad, he's a comedy legend. With his signature clumsy charm, hilarious laugh, and endless optimism, Goofy is one of the most lovable and entertaining dads in animation history. Whether he's trying to connect with his son Max or just trying to get through the day without falling down, Goofy's innocent goofiness always makes for great comedy. Despite his clumsiness, Goofy is also one of the most wholesome dads on this list. His love for Max makes him stand out in the best way. Peter Griffin is one of the most legendary cartoon dads of all time. He's loud, immature, and completely unpredictable. Whether he's fighting a giant chicken, creating dangerous inventions, or getting into bizarre adventures, Peter always finds new ways to make us laugh. His dumb ideas, absurd schemes, and complete lack of responsibility make him one of the funniest and most chaotic dads in animation. The undisputed king of cartoon dads is none other than Homer Simpson. Homer's the ultimate TV dad, lazy, clueless, and always getting into trouble. From strangling Bart to his bizarre get-rich-quick schemes, Homer's legendary stupidity has made him an icon of animated comedy for decades. Despite all his flaws, Homer's hilarious antics and unexpected moments of wisdom make him the greatest and funniest cartoon dad ever. Who's your favorite cartoon dad? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more awesome cartoon deep dives.